Yo, okay. Oh man, Royal Risings, Royal Day. We gonna let the players play. Ain't no surprising when it is a Royal Rising, man. Ain't no surprise when it's a Royal Rising. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Cosmic, why the fuck do you keep saying that Royal Rising, man? Why you don't say that M word, man? Because we royal and we rising, yeah. Because we royal and we rising, man. And so, hope all is well. Hope all is well. Namaste, Shea Hotep, all that great stuff. Yeah. Guess what we are? You knew we weren't gonna be far, man. Cosmic Mind UV, man, is everywhere, every single place, you know what I mean, that you need to be. Make sure, salute to all the new subscriptions for the near shot. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, man, you refer people to the channel, man, for collaboration. Or just to say, man, go subscribe to this page, man. If you're a little confused on a different variety of topics, man, you know what I mean? This can subsidize the motherfucking disguise, ain't it, man? Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, now. All right, I know this gonna be a little sensitivity, ain't it, man? How is sports? Right? Sports, right? Variety of sports, ain't not one particular one. Hold on. How is sports, not one particular one, a economic drain to the melanated, indigenous, black, copper tone, brown, because we the original brown, but community, neighborhoods, etc. All right, the diaspora, the group as a whole, all that stuff. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Because I know a lot of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different sisters, you know what I'm saying, they really die hard, whatever, Cowboys or whatever fan they are, you know, or whatever basketball, a variety of fans, you know. So, all right, here we go. Here's an overall summary on how sports can be an economic drain on the indigenous, copper tone, black, original community. Ain't it, man? Number one, so that you know, misplaced financial priorities. Yeah. Damn, that's number one, man. Misplaced financial priorities. Many young copper tone, black, etc. people are encouraged to pursue sports dreams over knowledge and or education. Yeah, I mean, okay. Business or STEM careers, okay, or trades, etc. They calling them trades, whatever. All the terminology and shit coming out. But anyway, look. Families often spend heavily. You ready for that? You ready? Cause I be knowing. Look, I was doing a few tryouts and practices and stuff. You hear me myself? So you know what I'm saying. But yeah, and then you know how the commercials, they push the joints to you. But yeah, that's a whole nother. That's part two. We gonna get to part two. You know what I'm saying? But look. Families often spend heavily on sports gear, training. This for the ones that's serious, that's, really, see that they children and or star seeds are invested like that and they actually got little skills or they can build or whatever. Travel teams and events with very low odds, less than 1%, parentheses, of ever making it to the professional level. All right, less than 1%. All right. This creates a cycle of investing in dreams instead of sustainable wealth paths. Here we go. One more time. Let me do that one more time. This creates a cycle of investing in dreams instead of sustainable wealth. My bad, y'all, because you know what New York. Sometimes we leave the the th off. You say wealth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying wealth. Yeah, I mean for the the enunciators out there. Yeah, man. Wealth path. Second, here we go. Number two. Let's get it. Entertainment over ownership. You ready for that? And that's even for the athlete dudes. Yeah, man. The ones is the veterans, the retired ones, the one that's been in there, whatever. Okay, here we go. The majority of major sports leagues, NFL, NBA, NCAA, etc., are owned and controlled by non-Coppertone, black, the original people, etc., executives, advertisers, and media corporations. While the Coppertone, black, etc. athletes dominate on the field or court, they rarely own the teams. All right. So when Cosby was saying, why these next, see, I already know why. Is because they in contracts, right? So this is what they gotta do when they get out the con. See, if they got their money right. This is to all them athlete dudes, all the young athletes, dudes coming in and all that stuff. Get your money priorities and shit right, situated, set to the side, so that you can start your own league, man. I'm telling you, man. I would love to see the end up. Matter of fact, Shador Sanders and the other, his homie, or the number one pick, what is it, Cam Ward. You know what I'm saying? I saw their little workout video. He would say, man, we should start our own league. Yeah, don't just say that. Yeah. They was the young G's that just came in the league last year, one of them, this year, one of them years, whatever. Yeah, I'm saying. So yeah, man. NBFL, National Black Football League. I'm telling you, it'll be such a beautiful thing. I'm telling y'all, it'd be a beautiful thing. It would take those athletes, that, because I know, well, Cosmic, these dudes got different contracts. Okay, play your contract, fulfill your contract, and then get the fuck up out of that shit. However, while you in your contract, invest in the other league. Ain't it, man? Look, while you in the contract, invest in the other league, man. Look, NBBL, National Black Basketball League, or NBBA, National Black Basketball Association. Whatever variety of plays we want to do on that, image. Because I'm telling you, man, look, all right, let's get it. Let me see where we at. Oh yeah, a little bit more freestyle. Magic Johnson, and a few other his business. We talking about people with the billions. We see, so we talking about people with the billions. Those, whoever they are behind the scenes, denied him ownership. I forgot what year that was. I think it was him, Ice Cube, and a few others. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to go ahead and either, start their own team or do da. So do the same thing, but just don't go to the NBA. Just do literally your own thing. Y'all can afford to buy a building or just some land and build an arena. You feel me? Man, come on, man. Make that shit happen, fellas. Make that shit happen. But look, the same way we got rec leagues. All of them, majority of them dudes came from what? Rec leagues and all, and that's just leagues that what people just threw together. Ain't it, man? Come on, man. You got billions of dollars. Y'all can throw something together, baby. All right, let's go. Millions, billions, whatever duns are. The real profits stay outside the community, while athletes are often used as the product, quote unquote. All right. Oh, that's why that new movie with Marlon Wayans, he did a new movie called Him. It's about sports, the athlete and all that. Y'all might really, because the the perspective that he's gonna give it from is bananas. So salute to him. All right, here we go. Uh, Short career lifespan and financial instability. I forgot the name of that lineman. He was an offensive lineman or defensive something. Defensive lineman, one of the ones. And he, I think, retired early to be a farmer. You see what I'm saying? So go look that guy up. I forgot his name. But yeah. Financial instability. Even who, quote unquote, make it, end quote, often have short careers, average 3 to 5 years. So that's a short ass window to got that. See, that's what I say. You don't even really have time to be popping bottles and going to get cars and blowing money, because the window is depending on the type of athlete you are, and depending on the level of how you take care of your body and all that type of stuff. And all of that stuff is what? Money that you still got to put out, because you got to pay for all that shit. So you only have a short window. Everybody ain't, well, we know this. We should know this. Most athletes not going to be LeBron or the other ones or whoever else, you know what I'm saying, as far as the duration. You see what I mean? All right. And as far as even just having a contract for that long, you know what I mean? Being able to stay in the league that long and teams keep picking you up consistently. Like Westbrook, you see what I'm saying? He done went from team to team to team to team to team. However, he stays in such top elite condition that it's just, you know. Anyway, look. And face financial decline afterward, all right? Many athletes lack financial literacy and can become victims of predatory management, overspending, or exploitation. See, so even the ones that got it like that still gonna get exploited. They just gonna get it done heavier, yeah, man. And they got more to lose. Think about the Greg Odens. He was a #1 draft pick. Think about your boy Mike Beasley. Just recently, salute to him. You know, just recently getting situated and everything over there with Ice Cube Big 3 League. You hear me? But all of them were #1 or 2 draft picks. You hear me? And they, they story. You know they story. You hear me? Even the boxer, excuse me, Clarissa Shields, she had a few interviews. That's why I say y'all got to look at the interviews as opposed to when they like in a sports persona. You feel me? When she was talking about, in the past, family, friends, people stealing money and borrowing money and da-da-da-da. Anyway, so which drains millions that could circulate in the community. You hear me? Cultural conditioning. Sports are often sold as a primary path to success, all right? For young Nehrus, youth males, overshadowing academic, artistic, and entrepreneurial pursuits. This limits imagination and ambition in other fields, reinforcing dependency on entertainment industries instead of creating institutions or generational wealth. All right. And then we got to come clean too, man. A lot of these young Nehrus, man, be having the predators start with the people around them first, them family members and all them other people, them other associates, mama, daddy, cousin. Yeah, I mean, they see you got a big ass contract, man. They coming, everybody coming. The people you owed in 3rd grade, ain't I mean, that you owed them lunch money from back in the day. Yeah, man. They need interest on that, ain't it? Everybody coming from everywhere. Yeah. But look, economic leakage. Money generated by copper tone, black, etc. athletes' performance. So they're no different than you, delivery man or woman or a person that's a cashier. They get paid a lot. Yes, they get paid majority of instances a lot of money for their labor. However, it's still the same thing. You hear me? Their output determines their lack thereof financial acceleration or elevation. But look, It says money generated by black athletes' performance from jerseys, tickets, advertising, and endorsements largely flows out of black communities, etc., neighborhoods, whatever, or groups, whatever, to European, white, etc., owned corporations, colleges, and brands. So that's why I was saying about that college stuff. Oh, yeah. That's why I was saying about the college stuff. You know what I mean? That's why they, and salute the Empress Star taking your father out of where y'all, my lovely, amazing co-host, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna hold you close when she get on that mic, you know what I'm saying? You gotta check out that last show we did, you know what I mean? But look, that's why I was saying they hype up they, them, those. Come on, man. You know when we say they, when people say who is they, come on, man. You know what about they are. Yeah, I mean the machine, goddammit. Whoever the mixture of people that run the machine, goddammit. You know what I mean? So, you know, even look, fam, when I was young, I wanna be, look, I remember the commercial. Be like Mike, and Mike. If I could be like Mike, come on, man. Hey, don't tell me you on out there with your tongue out trying to goddamn somebody. It was a whole lot of somebody's too. You was out there with your tongue out trying to glide and all that. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. Look, let me see. Oh, don't even get me started on the AI commercial with Jadakiss. Oh, man, come on, man. Yeah, man. Come on now. Here we go. Very little reinvested back into black neighborhoods, schools, and or businesses. Community distraction. Sports often serve as a psychological escape from systemic issues, diverting attention and energy away from political, social, economic empowerment. Games and celebrity culture can pacify, ain't it there? Communities that might otherwise mobilize for collective progress, ain't it, man? Overall summary. And I know, I get it, man. Look, this is what I'm saying. When Cosmic talk his talk, man, and walk his walk, man, I'm not wagging my finger or saying I'm better than this. Fam, once again, I was a Deion Sanders fan, son, sideline stepping. Look, back in the days, we did this shit called throwback and run. I don't know if y'all know back about that in football. That's good stuff. When you had to throw the ball back and there's maybe 20 people, you had to dodge them to get to the other end of the field, ain't it, man? Yeah, man, hitting that Deion Sanders and all that, man. Jordan fan, all that shit. Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Huge sports fan, I'm telling you. So, hey, man, but when you know better, you gotta do better, man. But I would much rather put a lot of that. I would be a fan if it was a Negro League or, you hear me? Just like I love the Big Three. You see what I'm saying? I watch that because I know it's Ice Cube and all that. You hear me? But anyway, he still need to do a Big Five. But anyway, and just do a Big Five and start your own league. You got the money. You feel me? And then do the trickle down joint. Yeah, I mean, you do it at the collegiate level. You do, you know what I'm saying, your own space there, and then you trickle that joint down to the AAU. You hear me? I don't know if they still call it AAU or whatever. You hear me? The levels. You feel me? And then do the pipeline instead of to the corporation of the good old boys or the old boys. You know, them other people. Funnel them to the other leagues that y'all setting up, man. Come on, man. Oh yeah, y'all check out the dude, my G, the guy Hansel Emmanuel, man. And I don't, for lack of a better term, he has an amputated arm, but he is giving them work with one arm, you hear me? So his name Hansel Emmanuel. And then there's another Nehru that got one. Now I know you gonna think I'm bugging out. He Cosmic be bugging, and you gonna think it's funny. It's a dude with one leg. You hear what I'm saying? I need you to hear what I'm saying real clear now. The dude got one leg, and giving it to them on the court. They gonna think I'm crazy. They gonna think I'm crazy. Go look it up. I'm telling you. Dude with one leg giving it to him on the court side. I'm telling you. Look, anyway, while sports have produced fame and financial success for a few, they have functioned as an economic and psychological drain for the broader indigenous, copper tone, original, black, etc. community. The system profits off black or copper tone, etc. talent while giving minimal structural benefit in return. All right, ROI, return on investment. Whether it's your energetic investment, intellectual property, it's usually a variety of it anyway. It's usually a little bit of everything. You hear me? Okay, true, and we not gonna get into the gambling. That's part 3. Yeah, man, we ain't even gonna get into that, man. Who behind that? Yeah, man. Anyway, man. Man, damn, man. I think it is a few athletes that is starting up an investment, something. I have to research it more though to make sure. But yeah, I think it's Carmelo Anthony, and all of them, and they doing like an investment thing where you can whatever invest with the athletes or whatever. Okay, the system profits of black talent while giving them okay. True empowerment would mean shifting from performing for others to owning, creating, and investing in institutions or etc., whatever you're gonna call it, that circulate wealth within the community. Alright. Sports and as economic drain. Okay, here we go. How does it affect the youth that want to do other things, etc.? All right, here go the bust down. Youth who want to excel in other areas. Lack of encouragement and visibility. Many young youth, copper tone, black, etc. people who want to excel in fields like science, business, engineering, politics, or the arts, or other trades, etc., often receive less attention, praise, or community support compared to athletes. All right, and we should know that. Yeah, this creates a culture where non-sport achievements are undervalued, even if they're more sustainable long term. Ain't it, man? Misallocation for the near shot of resources. Ain't it, man? Schools and or communities often pour funding into sports programs instead of academic or creative development or what other financial literacy, or business startup programs, all that other stuff. But anyway, man, this means fewer scholarships, workshops, or mentorship opportunities for youth interested in STEM, finance, innovation for the near-shot, or leadership, areas that build generational wealth for the long term, man. And a lot of those would be great to just involve in a lot of the technical side of sports as well, because you have a lot of advertising and innovative stuff that goes on, owning your own media and commercials and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the youth them is, savvy with the AI and the tech and all of that. Yeah, man. But look, premier and social pressure. Youth who don't play sports can feel isolated or judged or stigmatized or stereotyped as quote unquote less ambitious, end quote, or less cool, end quote. That's why I was telling y'all, it's called I call it the Steve Urkel effect. You hear me? They ain't checking for the intellect. You hear me? This social pressure can push some to abandon their true passions just to fit in. Ain't that something? They gonna abandon their true passions just to fit on in there, ain't it, man? Not all of them, but it's a large, vast, discouraging, unique talents that could uplift the community in new ways. Ain't that something, man? That's why we say intellectual properties and abilities be, hey, it's ain't gonna say it's wasted. It's just, it lays dormant and stagnant. Limited role models. Here we go. Mainstream and media constantly glorifies, and not just them too. Some dads, some uncles, aunts, and all of them too now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of them family members, man, glorifies athletes and entertainers, while black doctors and entrepreneurs and inventors rarely get spotlighted. This limits imagination. Young people may not see examples of success that reflect their interests outside sports or entertainment. So basically making it look cool. Salute to earn your leisure. They made knowledge and learning and intelligence and Wall Street Travel and the different ones, made it look cool, because you know what I'm saying, sometimes you just want to have it in terms that could be over understood on a variety of levels. All right. Psychological impact. Feeling unseen or undervalued can lead to low self-esteem or self-doubt among youth who want to be scientists, teachers, writers, or innovators. This may eternalize the false belief that their contributions, quote unquote, don't matter as much, end quote, unless they're famous or an athlete or athletic. Economic ripple effect. All right, we ready for the money? All right, did this for the honey. When too much focus is placed on athletic success, it weakens community diversity in professions. The result, fewer black-owned businesses, tech founders, educators, and or investors. All right. The very people who could build sustainable power structures beyond sports. Ain't it, man? Overall summary. An overemphasis on sports limits the full potential of Coppertone black youth, etc. It narrows their vision of success, diverts resources from educational knowledge and innovation, and undermines the rise, ain't it, man, royal rising of future leaders in every field. When the community celebrates intellect, creativity, and ownership as much as athleticism, real empowerment begins, man. Share this to the homies. Share this to your uncle, to your pops, to all of those what they call fanatics, Share it to them, man. Your moms, whoever the ones, all of them. You hear me? Listen to me. You hear me, man? Okay, let's see. The sports drain, intellectual property, etc. Here's a breakdown how sports drains intellectual property, IP. That's the abbreviation, IP, from the black, the Coppertone, original, etc. community. Not in a literal copyright sense, however, in terms of ideas, creativity, innovation, cultural production, and mental capital that could be used to build power. How sports drain intellectual property from the indigenous Coppertone black original community or neighborhoods, groups, cliques, etc. Redirects mental energy away from innovation. A huge portion of youth black talent is mentally conditioned to focus on training, games, sports strategy, athletic performance, etc., etc., etc. This leaves little space for idea building, ain't it, man? Innovation, entrepreneurship, or athletic development. I mean, academic development. My bad. The community loses potential patents, businesses, technologies, creative works, research contributors or contributions. This all this is all intellectual capital that never gets created. Ain't it, man? So this just like people going to work and not building on their ideas. Same shit. Cultural creativity is extracted by corporations. You hear that? Cultural creativity is extracted by corporations, but a lot of times we give it to them, ain't it? Black or copper tone, indigenous, etc. athletes or athletic culture, style, slang, uh, fashion, rituals, movements is often monetized by sports brands, copied by teams, sold by corporations without black ownership, uh, authorship, or royalties. In other words, the creative IP of black communities becomes corporate profit, not community wealth. All right. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Ownership of ideas lies outside the community. Black athletes often sign contracts where likeness, image, branding, personal stories, highlight reels, content rights are owned by leagues, universities, or corporations. So they owned by everybody but they damn self. Ain't it, man? Damn, man. And we be a lot of them those be worshiping these motherfuckers think they really got like that, man. That's why a lot of them motherfuckers be losing their motherfucking mind, man. That's why a lot of these young Nehru's is retiring early. Come on, man. They gonna get it though. This means the community's cultural and creative output becomes someone else's property. This means the community's cultural and creative output becomes someone else's property. Just like OPP, other people's property. Oh, hey, you know me, ain't it, man? Exploits black. Look, watch this, y'all. Y'all ready for this one? Exploits black genius while hiding non-athletic excellence. You ready for that one? Black strategy, creativity, leadership, and innovation show up in sports. However, those intellectual skills are channeled into entertainment rather than engineering, and you still need engineering for sports. All that behind the scenes shit, medical breakthroughs, economic models, tech innovation, political organizations, because a lot of them, like they said, are owned by the other ethnic groups. I'm just saying, and the money is funneling. So, and look, y'all, and I know and I used to do the same thing. I'm trying to tell you, somebody, whatever athlete, just put it in the blank, whatever one you want to name in the blank, is 250,000 million for 7 years or 4 or 5 years. Man, we be looking at that shit like it's lottery numbers. Man, look, let me tell you something. It's a timeless saying. Not old, it's a timeless saying. The more you make, the more they what? They gon' motherfucking take. Look, go look up what these athletes get snatched out. You talking about your little federal and state or your whatever. I ain't gonna say it's little, but I'm just saying compared to the amount. You know, they got job tax, escrow, agent. If they got an agent, if they ain't got sense enough to be able to manage their own shit, yeah, man, look. Anyway, so that 240, you may well knock a hundred million off that bitch. You hear me? Ain't it earth? Whatever it is, 400 million, 500 million, whatever that shit is, you may as well take 200 million off that shit. You hear me? For overhead. If they're not managing themselves, salute to the Oklahoma City Thunder point guard. I forgot the dude's name, the young Nehru, that he's decided to manage himself through his own contract negotiations. So salute to him. You hear me? That's the best thing to do, man. You got to be able to own yourself and manage yourself, man. You see what I'm saying? Even at the lower levels of people with just regular jobs. You feel me? These are people with, most instances, large amounts of money. You hear a lot of these athletes on these podcasts talk about how they fucked up money. I'm telling you now, don't act like you don't. Maybe you don't look at it. But a lot of these athletes got different podcasts, and they be talking about it, reminiscing how, man, I wish you would have da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You hear me? Sports absorb high-level intellectual ability. However, profit off it without transferring that intelligence back into community building sectors. Media reduces black intellectual identity to sports. Media repeatedly frames or rap or y'all know. Come on now, come on. Yeah, but you should know who owns the media. Yeah, so I mean, whoever control what you see, that's where you're gonna be, baby. I mean, depending on who y'all. I mean. Media repeatedly frames black or indigenous Coppertone black excellence as physical, athletic, entertainment based. This shapes global perception, which is, other diasporas, and causes society to undervalue black thinkers, scientists, inventors, entrepreneurs, theorists, etc. This erases the intellectual property potential of an entire people. And I mean, now y'all know I have to get on y'all a little bit over there on fan base, man. Now, it's been a couple of Sundays, goddammit. We've been in great chat rooms, we building on great stuff, and now we gotta shut this shit down because motherfuckers want to watch the game, man. That what I be saying? What that song was back? What was the dude name? The West Coast young dude. Bitch, who do you love, man? Bitch, who do you love? Huh? Shit. I'm just saying, man. Y'all love y'all a lot. When I say y'all, it's just whomever the shoe, what they say, shoe fits, wear it. The jacket fits, put it bitch on. You hear me? But yeah, it is a lot, and I understand because most are in a survival mode mentality, even ones that are self-employed or entrepreneurs, because most of them don't dictate their own time and space. They own somebody else's time and space. So most people, they working Monday through Friday and or Saturday. So they feeling like, damn, Sunday, I don't even want to do no creative idea. Usually this is most. This is a large number. When I say most, it's a large ass number. You hear me? So then they go right back where they say the rat race. It goes right back into Moon Day again. You know motherfuckers ain't want to hear it then because they up at 5, between 4 and 9. You hear me? This erases the intellectual property potential of an entire people. The pipeline removes youth from creativity, creative and intellectual development from middle school onward. That's why I was saying they need to do the trickle down effect of that idea I was saying about the I don't care if they call it the Black League, Negro League. I don't care if they call it Indigenous Black Negro League. I don't give a fuck what they call that motherfucker. You know, long as it's operated and owned by melanin, Coppertone, Black, Indigenous entities, and they not connected to the fuck shit. All right, and it's your stuff. Okay. From middle school on, with many young Coppertone, etc., black men or youth, males, whatever, spend hours daily on sports, are tracked into athletic programs, skip mentorship in STEM/art and business, lose time or space for curiosity and experimentation. The result, their intellectual property never forms. You hear that? Their intellectual property never forms because their imagination is redirected towards sports or is oversaturated with it. You see what I'm saying? Revenue from indigenous Capitona Black creativity becomes European or white-owned IP, intellectual property. Revenue from Black creativity becomes European or white-owned IP, intellectual property. Sports teams and leagues own logos, merch, player content, broadcast rights, game footage, statistical data, video game likeness, you know what I mean? Come on, man. These mother be out of line. These mother don't even own themselves. You hear what I say? Man, look. You talking about getting pimped the fuck out. You just a more higher class hope. You know how this go. All created from Black performance, yet owned and monetized by non-Black institutions or whoever, entities, groups. I already told y'all. Y'all saw, well, some people or whatever, go look at the footage they caught when the NBA or the basketball league was all European. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you, man. Like I say, let's just say if every single athlete in the NBA and the NFL were to extract themselves right now, I'm talking about the people that's the coaches, the executive producers, the camera people, the players, the announcers, everybody, if they just extracted themselves and it would just be all European, and the other nationalities, the other ethnic groups, they can stay. That's on them. I'm talking about of the original people. If we just extracted ourselves and the other people just ran a league or whatever they did, we extracted ourselves and bought their same talents to form their own league, their own broadcasting, own into their own leagues or networks. Man, a lot of those European watchers or whatever, they not watching it. They're not watching it. Black talent produces the IP, however, never owns it. Black talent produces the intellectual property, however, never owns it. Overall summary: sports drain intellectual property from the original Black, Capitone, etc. community by extracting creativity in the Bieshan for the Neoshan, mental energy or energy, branding power, and cultural production. Then transferring ownership and profit. Transferring ownership and profit to outside corporations. So we keep talking about this group economic shit, but you got to extract your shit from the other stuff and redirect it. It redirects potential investors or inventors, thinkers, and creators into an industry where indigenous Capitone Black people are the labor and entertainment, not the owners of the intellectual property generated by their talent. I'm telling you, man. Should Black athletes start their own leagues immediately? All right. Strategic answer. Black athletes should start their own leagues right now. Should Capitone, Black, etc. athletes start their own leagues immediately? Short answer, not immediately. However, they should begin building the foundations right now. Starting a league is powerful. However, doing it too fast without infrastructure can fail and erase the opportunity. Here's the deeper breakdown. Why should they eventually build their own leagues? 1. control over intellectual property. That's the number one shit. Control over your fucking own mind and your own creative ideas and flow and glow, man. Okay. Right now, leagues, even boxing, but salute to like Mayweather and the different ones that's business savvy. See, that's why they don't like Mayweather, because yeah, y'all know why. Well, anyway, it's more than just he's a this, he's a that. He owns all of his shit. But anyway, right now, leagues own players' image or image rights, game footage, merchandise revenue, branding, licensing, media rights, etc. A black-owned league would mean ownership of the creativity, culture, and performance that black athletes produce. Economic power stays in the community or whatever. Billions. Oh, I thought one was yours. My apologies. Oh, okay, no worries then. My bad. Okay, we in there. We in there like swimwear, eh? Okay, billions flow through the NBA, NFL, NCAA, etc. Man, all of them. And then that's why I say that's why it's a pipeline. Most of them own the AAU leagues and shit. Come on, man, y'all ain't they ain't overstanding with it. They keep talking about the prison was it school to prison pipeline? It's a lot of pipelines, man. And shoe companies and sneaker companies, shoe companies, whatever. Yet, black communities capture only a tiny fraction. A black-owned league could include, y'all ready? Black, copper tone, indigenous, whatever y'all want to call the shit. Own league could include, you ready? Black team owners. Ain't that something? Black media networks. See, so that's when all of the other people that do the other creative stuff that maybe not on the field, you feel me? Yeah, man. Black media networks, black stadium ownership. That means you had the land and the property, you hear me? And everything around it, more than likely, the rights to it. And we not even talking about contracts with other entities like commercials, gas stations, other entities that get paid off of being close to sports arenas, hotels. No, don't even get me started. Black sports tech companies, black sports medicine and training institutions. So just with if we had them, they, those, us, them, they, those, whatever, had our own leagues, whatever we want to call it, again, the NBFL, National Black Football League, or the NBBL, or a National Black Basketball League. You feel me? I'm just saying. It's this keeps money circulating, not escaping. Cultural independence or interdependence. Cultural interdependence. Copper tone black athletes shape the style, entertainment, the excitement, the global appeal. However, they don't control the product. They don't control the fucking product. And y'all know now you know I gotta do it because we just gotta do it. And they make you motherfuckers wear dresses. Now let's come on with it. Let's come on with it. Let's come on. If you fucking with them other people, leagues and shit, and you get high up, you know what you got to do. Come on. 10. A black league restores control over the culture. Why not immediately? The risk factors, infrastructure takes time. It really don't take time because like I just told you, what's his name? Ice Cube, you got your own league, so you know a bunch of other goddamn millionaires and billionaires instantaneously. Instantaneously, and don't say shit. Just, matter of fact, hold on. Let me go through my mental Rolodex. I think LeBron and his homie, that's his agent, something Carter, whatever the dude's name is. I think they're starting their own league. And I'm not for certain yet, but I think they're starting a version of their own league. I think that's like a recent. I think it's supposed to be starting like with 8 teams. So y'all gotta check this stuff out. It's just, yeah, it gotta build. You gotta build its way up. A successful professional league requires billion-dollar funding, which they have that. Media deals, they have that. All of those athletes, you got up, fam. You got other media deals. Let's say they start the league and you get somebody like a Shaq, or you get somebody like a whoever. He got millions of brands. You got Magic Johnson. He got millions of goddamn brands. Come on, man. Come on. They still gonna want a piece of the pot, but it's gonna be on what? On our fucking terms now. Huh? Come on, man. Okay, it says media deals. You gonna get that. Arenas and stadiums. They got the money for that. Insurance policies. They can figure that out. The paperwork shit. Legal. It says legal teams. Teams in multiple cities. They can figure that out. Scheduling and logistics. Official sponsorship. So all of that stuff, them dudes instantaneously have and can just do it. Not to say they're not. I'm just saying, let's get to it. Launching too fast without these pieces equals almost certain failure. Media and corporate resistance. Mainstream media may initially refuse to broadcast, just like the big three at first. You know what I'm saying? You had to go look for them games for real. Refuse sponsorships, attack the league publicly, block partnership. They're not gonna block partnership because what? They trust me. I'm telling you, they want the black dollars and the black experience. And the intellect, they want it all, the creativity, they want all that shit. They want a piece of that. Trust me. So the league must build its own strong media ecosystem first. Player contracts. Most elite players are locked into long-term contracts, endorsement deals. That's why you're seeing a lot more athletes sign shorter contracts. It's just smarter to do that. It's just smarter to do that. Collective bargaining agreements. They can legally jump ship. They aren't able to legally jump ship overnight, so they have to get smarter with their contract negotiations and stop locking yourself up into these long ass contracts. Because a lot of time when they connected to the league, they aren't. It'll be a conflict of interest. You're not going to be able to go form your own league when you have contracts attached to another one. You feel me? Okay, black athletes would need a unified front. If only 5%, you hear this? Just about nobody be telling a lot of y'all. When people say that gonna be everybody, we don't need fucking everybody. So please, that's my answer to that every time. We don't need every fucking body. If only 5 little ass percent join the league dies. Let's say this one more time. Black athletes would need a united front. If only 5% join, the league dies. If 60% join, the world changes. Do you hear what I say, man? Unity takes time to build. The smart strategy, not instant, however, immediate preparation. Step 1, build a black athletic investment on consortium. Build a black athletic investment consortium, a group where players pool money to invest in stadium ownership, media production, sports tech, youth academies, etc. That's why I was saying the trickle down effect, so we can build your own fucking pipeline. Fuck complaining about they shit. You hear me? Step 2, build interdependent media. Black owned sports networks is necessary before league launches. Okay, so even like Cameron and them, Mason, all of them, I know they would be with it because they started their own shit for the most part. You feel me? And others, you feel me? Let's see. Build like well-off media, Deion Sanders son and them. You see what I'm saying? You got the media. It's different media now. Don't use that as an excuse. Earn your leisure. Put all them on the team. You feel me? Build interdependent media. Black-owned sports media networks is necessary before the okay. That was number 2. That's step 2. Number 3, start with smaller leagues. See, so like you got the big 3. You feel me? So now he need to scale that shit up to the big 5. You feel me? Basketball summer leagues, 3-on-3, which I just said that, the big 3. Independent football spring leagues, youth development academies. This is how the UFC and Big 3 grew. You hear that? This is how the UFC and Big 3 with Ice Cube in them grew. You feel me? All right. Step 4, establish corporate partnerships. Control sponsors like black-owned banks or credit unions, black-owned brands, and tech investors. And salute to Dame Dash. He said he was bidding on a few teams or about to start his own team. So salute to the ones that's, you know what I mean, the few that's doing it. You know what I mean? Or behind the scenes, or they saying it or whatever. I think Lil Wayne he has his own sports management company. You know what I'm saying? I think that his first client was Travis Hunter just recently, wasn't it? So anyway, step 5, launch full leagues only when the infrastructure is ready. This makes the league stable, and unstoppable. Overall answer: black athletes should start their own leagues immediately. However, they should start building the organizational, financial, and cultural infrastructure today. It should have been years ago. years and years ago. But I guess we're gonna say today. If done correctly, a black-owned league would be economically transformative, culturally liberating, globally influential, impossible to shut down. Huh? Come on, man. However, it must be strategic, coordinated, and well-funded, not rushed. Some things are rhetorical. We know that. You see what I'm saying? You know you go need funds, right, son? And the infrastructure. Okay, summary. We got the conclusion summary. Here's a powerful, unified conclusion summary that ties everything together. The economic drain, impact on the youth, IP, intellectual property loss, and the question of building black-owned leagues or copper-tone, indigenous, etc., Negro, etc. leagues, all right? Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. Wait. Before I do that, let me see. Okay. Add one more piece real quick, y'all. Why we should break away from current sports dependent systems, because it keeps us locked into a subservient role or servant role. Right now, black people dominate the labor of sports. Do you hear that? Right now, that means concessions, anything. It could be anything. Right now, black people, indigenous, copper-tone people dominate the labor of sports. However, not the ownership of sports. That means we provide the talent, we provide the culture, we create the entertainment, we generate the hype, whatever else, everything else, all of it. However, other groups own the teams and not just Europeans either. But anyway, media branding, merchandise, rights, and profits. Breaking away means refusing to remain the quote unquote product. That means even if you just a fan and choosing to become the owners, while the owners, creators, and power brokers, because it limits our collective imagination. From childhood, many Coppertone, Black, etc. youth are programmed to believe, not know, sports or entertainment are your best chances, end quote. This creates a mental ceiling and prevents innovation for the nation, entrepreneurship, scientific breakthroughs, political leadership, community institutions, etc. Breaking away means expanding what young youth, Black, Coppertone, or children know they can become, because it extracts our intellectual property. Black athlete performance generates fashion trends, language, music tie-ins, celebrity branding, highlight reels, cultural impact. However, the rights belong to corporate leagues, not the community. Breaking away means owning the culture we create. Ain't that something? Because it steals time, creativity, and youth potential. Sports becomes a full-time job for many young people. Training, traveling, competing, all consumes. Most never go pro. The result, hundreds of thousands of young Black people lose study time, creativity time, innovation time, identity development. See, we don't even go into these type of shits because we just be at this base of, it's just sports and shit. But look, 0123, breaking away frees youth to develop all forms of genius. Ain't that something? Not just physical performance. Because sports are used to distract communities from power. Damn. Sports entertainment often becomes a psychological escape from political issues, economic inequality, community building, leadership development, etc. Breaking away means shifting the community toward, y'all be saying the solutions coming. If y'all better be hearing these goddamn solutions and writing these shits down. Don't keep yelling that shit to me. They be yelling that shit out. How many times? Solutions are only as good as the people that's gonna apply them bitches. Huh? Now, breaking away means shifting the community towards business creation, wealth strategies, education for the or knowledge reform, property ownership, collective organization. This builds power that lasts longer than a season. What impact breaking away will have on the community? A massive increase in Black wealth. If Black intellectual property, creativity, and talent were channeled into tech, finance, entertainment ownership, media networks, sports leagues, global business, the wealth generated would circulate within the community rather than flowing out. So again, we can't keep them, they, those, us, whoever can't keep complaining about these other groups of people exploiting when we, them, they, those love to throw our money, time, intellectual properties, abilities, agilities, all that shit to these motherfuckers. I'm just saying. Attention, all that. Higher knowledge and or education and professional achievement. When youth realize their value is not limited to athletic performance, more will pursue STEM, more will innovate, more will create businesses, more will become thinkers and leaders. Ain't that something? The entire community rises intellectually. Cultural reclamation and respect. Owning our culture builds dignity, pride, global respect, global influence, control over narrative. ownership of our identity. Instead of being consumed, we become the creators of our own global image. Like a lot of y'all about to do what? In the next few days, just say it, because y'all know, just say it. Y'all about to be eating a bunch of GMO ass food, and you about to be watching what? Just say what y'all about to be watching. Just say what y'all about to be watching. Just say what they about to be watching, baby. Come on. Okay, you know what they about to be watching. And they gonna flood. Look, I used to watch it. You hear me, man? They gonna have that holiday lineup, especially that Christmas holiday lineup with the NBA shit. Man, they gonna run that shit from 12 noon, 11 to, and then it depends on if you got the sports package. They gonna run that shit from 11 to midnight, 1, 2 in the rising. You can just watch sports, man. You hear me? Man, yeah, man. This is the big paydays coming up, man. Thanksgiving and Christmas games and all that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. New, and then think about that. People that's struggling on the holidays is watching people that got paid to be on TV. Anyway, new institutions, new opportunities. Oh, man. Oh. Some people, that shit is a pastime. That shit is a family tradition to watch the game. You hear me, man? Okay. Breaking away leads to black-owned training academies, black sports tech companies, black media networks, black-owned leagues, black-run knowledge or educational centers. These institutions or facilities or whatever create jobs and opportunities that last generations. Psychological liberation. The community stops defining quote-unquote success narrowly. The mind becomes free to imagine new possibilities. Scientists, innovators, investors, global strategists, intellectuals, inventors, policymakers, etc. A shift from entertainment identity to power identity. And a lot of y'all parents and you grandparents and you handlers, y'all are the worst examples now. I'm talking about these companies, these corporations, but you know who I'm talking to, goddammit, because my pops was a doc. Before they changed themselves to the Commanders, they was Redskins. So no offense, I'm just saying that was the name, it used to be named the goddamn team. And my pops was a die hard. You hear me? I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. So they go, look, a lot of the older men, women who up, they be glorifying the athletes when I was coming up. Shit. Stronger, safer, more, and Jesus and everybody else. But anyway. Stronger, safer, more stable communities. When wealth, leadership, and innovation increase, crime goes down, community health improve. Do you hear that? When wealth, leadership, and innovation increase, crime goes down. How do we fix the crime in the neighborhood? Community health improves, political leverage increases, family structures strengthen, economic stability grows. Breaking away creates long-term foundation for survival and prosperity. Final summary for that part, then we got the conclusion. We break away because the current system uses black talent without building black power, which y'all know this shit by now for generations. We break away because our children deserve more than being entertainers for corporations. That's the same thing as the tap dancing back in the days. But anyway, we break away because the future requires ownership, not just performance. The impact is transformative. Greater wealth, stronger institutions or facility, whatever pretty names we're gonna call it, higher intellectual achievement, cultural control, and a community that stands as creators of its destiny, not products of someone else's empire. Okay, conclusion. Conclusion. Ah, okay, let's see. We got the conclusion. All right, man. We tying everything together that you heard, man. Conclusion summary. Sports have become double-edged or I call it a four-edged sword, but anyway, double-edged sword in the black community, a source of pride, talent, and global influence. However, also a powerful mechanism of economic extraction, intellectual drain, and cultural redirection. So that's why I was like, what you gonna take your money from? You gonna take your money from the sports? Is you gonna take your money from the mega churches? We can't keep saying this liberation talk shit, but then y'all keep fueling the shit that you claim that you can't stand so much of. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all go to work for this shit. A lot of y'all, when I say y'all, whoever I'm talking to, you go work your civil service job, your government job, you go work for the same shit and then be faking the funk like you want to liberate and empower some shit. Tighten up. Stop playing so many goddamn sides. That's y'all problem. Y'all want to play every side. And usually you get jammed up like that. Look, man. However, also powerful mechanism of economic extraction, intellectual drain, and cultural redirection. While black athletes dominate the courts and fields, the true ownership of the money, media, branding, and IP, intellectual property, lies outside the community. Billions, just like the churches and shit like that too, billions a year generated from black creativity flows into institutions that do not reinvest back into black people. But you people will talk you down about still going to their shit. Woo! The shit is woo! A mind a terrible thing to waste. A well-functioning elevated mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. Brain, mind or brain. From the youth, this imbalance creates a distorted model of success. Young black dreamers who want to excel in science, technology, business, art, and leadership often receive far less encouragement, support, or visibility than aspiring athletes. The overemphasis on sports limits imagination, drains mental energy from innovation, and redirects generations of intellectual property into entertainment instead of power building fields. As a result, countless ideas, inventions, and cultural creations remain undeveloped or extracted and owned by corporations far from the community. So that's the same as y'all, those that go to work for some shit that is not yours. I'm just saying. It's the same thing. They extracted your intellectual property. They extracted all your shit. I'm just saying. Anyway, sports also drain intellectual property by capturing black culture, image, performance, and creativity under corporate ownership. Athletes' names, likenesses, stories, highlight reels become assets for non-black leagues, networks, and brands. But they doing it to their dumbass self. While the community receives little long-term benefits, which you're fucking not. So we be yelling at each other talking about, man, we don't own, neither did them athlete motherfuckers either. Huh? And them motherfuckers billionaires. They don't own the shit they love is what I'm talking about. The Magic Johnson. You don't think them niggas want to own a lot of teams, man? And a lot of them got to go to other sports that they ain't even had, wasn't even affiliated with, to get a little sliver of ownership. Magic Johnson owns a percentage of the net, but what's the name of the damn team? The fucking not the Mets, the fucking Yankees. One of them ones. You hear me? One of them one, but the percentage is so damn insignificant. Yeah, he get a check, but that shit ain't. Come on, man. This cycle ensures that black genius is celebrated for physical performance, however, not for thought, innovation, or ownership. And a lot of y'all, those parents, elderly, y'all hype that shit and glorify it too. The machine is supposed to do it. Do you get it? The propaganda is supposed to do it. Because they're gaining what? Profits. So why would they not do that? I don't get it. Anyway, the question of whether black athletes should start their own leagues is important. I do get it. I understand it. It's just I don't think others, the answer. Not instantly, however, eventually. They start that shit as instant as possible. A rush attempt would fail to lack infrastructure, media support, etc. To me, the big league has been going on for a minute now, and they just signed. I think he just got a new contract with some more outlets. So, like I said, get with him, collaborate, him, LeBron, all them big hitters and billionaires, and get it rolling instantaneously. I want to hear this shit through investment groups, independent media, youth academies, black-owned sports tech, and economic unity. With planning, control of intellectual property, and strategic partnerships, black-owned leagues could reclaim power, wealth, and legacy. Ultimately, true empowerment requires shifting from being the performers, which that means anybody, the cashier, the whoever, even regular jobs, being the performers or the laborers, to becoming the owners. When black communities invest in intellect as much as athleticism, and when athletes build institutions instead of only entertaining them, because a lot of us be under that euphoria that they getting pimped the fuck out, majority of them. The economic cultural future transforms. The path forward is not abandoning sports, however, reclaiming ownership, expanding horizons, and ensuring that black creativity generates black power, not just black performance. All right, man. Salute to y'all. Share this. Make sure you put your notifications on. Salute the Empress Star. Take you far no matter where you are. My lovely banging ass co-host. You see what I'm saying? Love you very much. Hope all is well. Peace and abundance to everyone else. Gratitude for all the new subscribers. Make sure you donate by either subscribing, donating financially, or sharing. You feel me? Do 2 of the 3. Hope all is well. We got we'll see future collaborations come. I'm unable to control other people and their consistency or their passion or desire or whatever, you hear me? So we'll see, collaborating with other people to do interviews. Sometimes it's a hassle because I'm not the type that, I'm not the type to track people down because I'm not your mama, I'm not your lover, I'm not your none of that shit. If we agree to do a show or we agree to do a show or a presentation or whatever, I shouldn't have to track you down to do your shit, you feel me? Or what we agreed upon. That's another thing. But anyway, that's a whole other lie. So, peace and abundance. Hope all is well. And guess what? Cosmic Mind UV.